Hi everyone, welcome back to Falcon's House. Today I am going to talk about Westworld Season 2, Episode 2, titled Reunion. I'm curious to know in the comments if the audio-only style or this style where I talk into the camera is better. Please subscribe, comment, and like this video. There will be episode spoilers, this is mostly a recap. The show opens with Dolores in the real world. I assume the city is Hong Kong or somewhere else in China. Arnold is trying to explain his world and get her ready for a sales pitch with Delos. Arnold tells Robert that she isn't quite ready with her improvisation and that they shouldn't go ahead with her. And Robert says he was always sweet on her and treats her better than the other hosts. Arnold then takes her to a property where he is building a house so that he can be close to the park and have his family close to him. On the way to the house, they pass a cafe that is named Space 47 and is written in Chinese and English. And 47 is the number of hosts that Arnold originally created out of the 82 original hosts. The action then cuts to the time frame that is right after the incident, as the person who is allowed to leave earlier reaches the mesa and is approached by a worker and a security guard who have been working for 13 hours repairing hosts and are complaining about where the relief for them is. They are quickly attacked by Dolores and her crew. It then cuts to a scene where Logan and William are at a business dinner. William leaves, saying he doesn't want to deal with the small talk part of it. And Logan is then approached by some park employees who say they have an appointment to show what they have. One of them is the host that greeted William when he first went to the park in Season 1. Logan is then taken to a hotel room, it looks like, and at first he assumes it is not a private sales pitch and that he starts backing out saying that he deserves a private sales pitch. They kind of reaffirm to him that it is a private sales pitch and he's supposed to pick out which of the people in the room are actors and which are hosts. He said he goes through and he says a few of them are definitely human, and then he picks the woman who introduced him and had originally seen William in the first season as a host. They then pause all the hosts, and it turns out that everyone in the room was a host. And he says that there was nobody there yet with that technology, but that he's going to have to do a deeper inspection and start kissing the host. The next scene is back with Dolores, and she is trying to get Teddy to break free of his programming and shows him the monitor of his past deaths. Right after this, we cut to Lawrence, tied upside down over at Anthill, being harassed by some other hosts. The man in black comes up and rescues him, but gets shot in the hand in the process. They then go to a bar where the man in black pulls out a first aid kit from behind a wall and is able to heal his hand with the technology from the future. He calls it cheating, but says that because Ford changed the rules, it's fine. He then tries to convince Lawrence to head west with him to help form an army to do something about breaking free or something like that. It seems like everybody's heading west now. But to get west, they're going to have to go through Pariah. Back with Dolores, they are torturing a guard to find out what the response from Delos will be, and he says 600 to 800 people will come for them and try to stop them. They then decide to reactivate a Confederado that had been killed so they can go and try to recruit an army. The episode then introduces us to a new time frame where William visits Sweetwater with Logan's dad and convinces him to increase his stake in the park because they can use the information on the guests for other reasons. It's all market research, he says. DNA and the experiences, people will learn about themselves and they'll know all that information about them. And this probably has a lot to do with the plans in the future time frame with what Charlotte Hale's doing. Dolores and her group come across a burning wagon, and she finds Maeve and tries to recruit her, but Maeve doesn't do it. Maeve seems like the only host truly operating with their own free will, and Dolores is mostly Just Wyatt. Maeve asks Teddy if he feels free, and he just gives her a blank stare in return, since he is following Dolores and doing whatever she tells him, and might be slightly afraid of her. He might be slightly afraid of her. Dolores comes to the group of Confederados that the soldier they revived was with, and tries to convince them that they should join her and follow her west to glory for a battle. The Confederados don't listen to her, and she kills all of them, and then has a tech that she had taken from the lab revive them all to show them that she's the one that's in control and what she can do. And now they're going to follow her. The next scene is with William celebrating the investment in the park, and he sees and recognizes Dolores playing the piano. Delos seems to be sick and doesn't have long to live, and that William is going to take over control of the company. Dolores approaches Logan, who's outside, and he is doing heroin. And he says that the people inside don't know what they're getting into and how the world's going to change, and they're spelling everybody's doom. Whatever happened to him at the end of season 1 has kind of made him weird or crazy or obviously a drug addict, and that's why he is no longer in line to take over Delos. William broke him. The man in black reaches Pariah with Lawrence and is captured by the new El Lazo. He tries to create an army with his men so they can ride west. Everyone is going west, it seems like, except Maeve, who has her own thing trying to find her daughter. The hosts all kill themselves, and William is told that the game is for him, but that he must play it alone. William is in the mesa with Dolores and says that he can't believe that he fell in love with her, that he realized it wasn't about her at all, but that she made him interesting in discovering who he really is, and that's what made him change as a person. It then cuts back to Dolores in the current time frame, who has reached this fort that I assume where the man in black is also going for part of his plan. This episode had a lot less to speculate about, but it gave some good backstory.